Beneath the surface of American life, a crisis is quietly unfolding. It's not always visible in the headlines, but it's there, hidden in the roads we drive, the water we drink, and the power that lights our homes. Every day, millions of Americans rely on infrastructure that is aging, overburdened, and increasingly unreliable. America's infrastructure, roads, bridges, water pipes, and power grids, is failing. Decades of underinvestment and neglect have left these vital systems vulnerable to breakdowns and disasters. What was once the envy of the world is now showing its age, with cracks, leaks, and outages becoming all too common. The American Society of Civil Engineers estimates the cost of repair at nearly $4 trillion. That's $4 trillion just to bring our infrastructure up to a state of good repair, not to make it world-leading again, but simply to stop the decline. It's a staggering sum, but the cost of inaction is even higher. This isn't just about inconvenience, it's a threat to America's economic future and national security. The cracks are showing, and the bill is coming due. When a bridge collapses or a power grid fails, the consequences ripple through communities, businesses, and the entire nation. For decades, America took its world-class infrastructure for granted, while rivals like China invested in the future. Now, America's systems are old, fragile, and unprepared for modern challenges. China, meanwhile, has built new highways, airports, and entire cities, positioning itself as a global leader in infrastructure. This isn't just about potholes, it's about losing a competitive edge. A nation can't lead when its foundations are crumbling. Every delay, every breakdown, every missed opportunity to modernize puts America further behind in the race for global influence and prosperity. The risks are real and immediate: longer commutes, water main breaks, and frequent power outages. These disruptions cost billions in lost productivity and damage public trust in government's ability to provide basic services. For families and businesses, the impact is felt every day. These aren't isolated incidents, they're symptoms of systemic failure. The country that built the Hoover Dam and the interstate highway system now struggles to keep basic services running. The legacy of American innovation is at risk of being overshadowed by neglect. As America's infrastructure weakens, its rivals grow stronger. China has built high-speed rail, advanced ports, and futuristic cities with strategic foresight. These investments aren't just about convenience, they're about securing economic dominance for decades to come. Infrastructure is more than concrete and steel. It's the platform for economic power and global influence. By letting its own platform decay, America is falling behind. Every day of delay is a day lost to competitors who are building for the future. This is a quiet emergency, but the stakes could not be higher. The world is watching as America risks handing victory to its greatest competitor, without a single shot fired. The question is not if the bill will come due, but when, and whether America will be ready to pay it. The time to act is now, before the cost becomes insurmountable. Every dollar spent today is an investment in tomorrow's prosperity, security, and global standing. The window for action is closing fast. The question is, will America rise to the challenge? The answer will define not just the next decade, but the nation's place in the world for generations to come. To truly grasp the scale of the crisis we face, we must first understand a simple but profound truth. Infrastructure is the backbone of a successful economy. It's not just about roads and bridges, it's the invisible network that supports every aspect of modern life, from the food we eat to the technology we use every day. Infrastructure is the system that moves goods, people, ideas, and capital. It's the reason a package can travel across the country overnight, or a business meeting can happen across continents in real time. Without it, the world as we know it would grind to a halt. Imagine a factory unable to produce because materials can't arrive on time, or a farmer watching crops spoil because roads are impassable. These aren't just inconveniences, they're threats to livelihoods and entire communities. Every business, from the smallest startup to the largest multinational corporation, depends on reliable infrastructure. It's the foundation that allows innovation, growth, and opportunity to flourish. There are 4 essential pillars: transportation, energy, water, and digital connectivity. Each one is critical, and together they form the framework of a thriving society. Efficient roads, bridges, and ports keep commerce flowing smoothly, ensuring that products reach markets and people can travel safely and quickly. A stable power grid is the lifeblood of modern civilization, powering everything from massive factories to the smartphones in our pockets. Without reliable energy, progress stalls. Clean water is essential, not just for drinking, but for industry, agriculture, and sanitation. It's a resource we often take for granted, yet it underpins public health and economic productivity. High-speed internet is now as vital as electricity. In today's digital world, connectivity drives education, business, and even healthcare, linking communities and opening doors to new possibilities. When these systems work seamlessly, businesses invest, jobs are created, and prosperity grows. Communities thrive, and the nation moves forward with confidence. This was the model that built America's economic might: massive investments in infrastructure that fueled decades of growth and innovation. But this system requires constant care, maintenance, and investment. Without ongoing attention, even the strongest foundations begin to crumble. Neglect creates a vicious cycle. Unreliable systems raise costs, slow growth, and reduce tax revenue. The longer we wait, the harder and more expensive it becomes to fix. Businesses hesitate to invest, jobs disappear, and the economy sputters. Communities lose hope as opportunities dry up. The invisible engine of prosperity is stalling, and the effects ripple through every sector of society. America perfected this model in the 20th century, but today that legacy is at risk. Our infrastructure is aging, and the cracks are starting to show. The downward spiral is real, and the entire economy feels the strain. Every delay, every breakdown, chips away at our national strength. Infrastructure isn't just a background issue. It's the foundation of national strength, security, and future prosperity. It's what allows a country to compete and succeed on the world stage. Without it, progress grinds to a halt. The path forward depends on our willingness to invest, innovate, and rebuild the systems that support us all. America's infrastructure deficit is a daily reality for millions. Commuters lose hours and money to traffic caused by failing roads. Trucking companies face higher costs and missed deliveries, driving up prices for everyone. The power grid, built decades ago, can't handle modern demands, leading to costly blackouts. Water systems break down, wasting billions of gallons and causing public health crises. The digital divide leaves rural communities cut off from opportunity. Without reliable broadband, businesses and students are left behind. These failures combine to create a landscape of inefficiency and risk. Companies must now factor in unreliable power, transport, and internet, unlike competitors abroad. The result: American businesses are less productive and less competitive. The slow-motion disaster of crumbling infrastructure erodes prosperity, one outage and one pothole at a time. America's decline is stark when compared to China's meteoric rise. Once a symbol of progress and innovation, American infrastructure now struggles to keep pace with the demands of a modern economy, while China's cities and transport networks have transformed at breathtaking speed. In just 2 decades, China has constructed the world's largest high-speed rail network, spanning over 25,000 miles and connecting cities with remarkable efficiency. Meanwhile, America, despite its vast resources, has yet to build a single true high-speed rail line, leaving its railways outdated and underused. China's airports, ports, and highways are not only modern, but also set global standards for quality and efficiency. In contrast, America's infrastructure is often congested, aging, and in need of urgent upgrades, impacting both travel and commerce. The port of Shanghai alone now handles more cargo than all US ports combined, serving as a vital hub for global trade and showcasing China's logistical prowess. China is also leading the world in 5G deployment, laying the foundation for breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, smart cities, and autonomous vehicles, technologies that will define the future. Other nations such as South Korea and Germany have also made bold strategic investments in infrastructure, building advanced rail systems, highways, and digital networks to stay competitive. These countries view infrastructure as a catalyst for attracting investment, fostering innovation, and creating high-quality jobs, ensuring long-term economic growth and resilience. In contrast, America's approach has been piecemeal and chronically underfunded, hampered by years of political gridlock and short-term thinking that delay critical projects. As a result, U.S. infrastructure earns a C-, marked by crowded airports, slow and outdated rail, and ports struggling to keep up with global competition. This is not the profile of a nation aspiring to global leadership or economic dominance in the 21st century. Ultimately, the infrastructure divide is more than a gap in concrete and steel. It's a chasm in ambition, vision, and national strategy, shaping the future of both countries. The infrastructure gap drives jobs and innovation elsewhere. Businesses go where they can operate efficiently. America's crumbling systems tip the scales toward other countries. High-tech industries like semiconductors need stable power, pure water, and seamless logistics, areas where Taiwan and South Korea now lead. China's smart infrastructure attracts research and manufacturing jobs. Even small businesses struggle when transport and connectivity are unreliable. Infrastructure decay is a hidden tax, strangling America's economic dynamism. Underinvestment creates a vicious cycle. Deferred maintenance saves money short-term, but leads to bigger costs later. As infrastructure decays, productivity drops and costs rise. Slower growth means less tax revenue, so budgets tighten further. Long-term projects are cut and the cycle repeats. Meanwhile, countries that invest in infrastructure see compounding benefits, growth, jobs, and rising tax bases. America is living off the capital built by previous generations. Eventually, that capital runs out. Breaking the cycle requires long-term strategic investment. The choice is between compounding decline or compounding growth. Why has America allowed this decline? The answer is politics. Short election cycles favor quick wins over long-term projects. Infrastructure, once bipartisan, is now mired in partisan gridlock. Funding is allocated by political influence, not strategic need. There's been a failure of vision, expecting the private sector to handle public goods. Only government can lead on infrastructure, creating the platform for private success. Other nations have clear long-term strategies. America lacks consensus and political will. The crisis is not just physical, it's a crisis of leadership and foresight. Decline isn't inevitable. America can rebuild. It starts with a national infrastructure strategy, driven by data and clear priorities. Focus on modernizing ports, highways, the power grid, and closing the digital divide. Funding must combine public and private investment, with the federal government leading. Streamline permitting and encourage collaboration across all levels of government. Break down silos, upgrade utilities and internet alongside new roads. Put national interest above partisanship. America has overcome great challenges before. It can do so again. Infrastructure reflects a nation's character and priorities. America's decline tells a story of neglect and lost ambition. The $4 trillion crisis is a challenge to America's identity and future. The choice: patch up decline or rebuild for a new era. This isn't partisan, it's a patriotic imperative. Rebuilding means jobs, competitiveness, and a renewed American dream. It will require sacrifice, vision, and political courage. The rewards: millions of jobs, innovation, and sustainable growth. It's a chance to reconnect the country and restore shared purpose. The opportunity is immense, and the need is undeniable. Other nations have shown what's possible with long-term vision. Now it's America's turn. The work must begin now.